Literally everything is gone now, my whole life is disrupted.
I was actually very frightened.
Nobody understood what it was about, that fear and uncertainty.
So I can't be a teacher, although I really wish to be a teacher then. And if the kids is sick, we will definitely get it.
I want to lead a normal life, be healthy and active.
So these are things which, to some extent, has been taken away.
I mean, because nobody understands us.
We are like any other person with aspirations, with goals that we want to achieve.
So that we don't have to go through the suffering and the pain, because it's really unfair.
Lupus is an autoimmune disease in which the body attacks its own healthy cells and tissues, causing inflammation and organ damage. The most vulnerable are women in their childbearing years, especially people of African, Asian, and Hispanic descent. Because it's unpredictable, it's difficult to diagnose. It takes on many different forms. To many people, lupus is a disease of 1,000 faces.
I had pneumonia. That's what the doctors diagnosed, because half side of my lungs were actually in the X-ray, it was actually blurred out.
I was diagnosed in 1988, and the illness actually manifested with flu-like symptoms, which gave me joint pain and low-grade fever.
I was traveling to a cold country, it was Hong Kong, China during the winter time, and I developed a very bad cough.
So I was in and out of hospital because of pneumonia.
I went to see my GP 3 times, and despite taking antibiotics, I didn't get better.
I couldn't stop coughing. I was coughing during the day, it became worse during the night. I was experiencing a lot of joint pains. When I came back to Singapore, one day I was just going to the toilet in the morning, and I had the shock of my life.
Somewhere in August, I developed a very high fever. So I went to the GP. After the urine test, I told my mom that something is very wrong.
So he actually suggested that I should go for a blood test, because he did suspect that I might possibly have some other form of disease, not the common cold.
I was passing urine and it was rusty in color. It was almost red in color. And then I really panicked. Immediately I got rushed to A&E.
And from there, all the tests and everything, then it came out with this thing called lupus.
And the blood test confirmed that I have lupus.
And then I think it was diagnosed to be a serious case of lupus.
The lupus is a disease of the immune system. It's because we all have an immune system that protects us and fights germs, But in lupus, because it is what's called an autoimmune disease, the immune system fights yourself. Lupus is a very complicated disease in a way. It can show itself in so many different ways. It can show itself in almost any organ system. And so it's been nicknamed a disease of 1,000 faces.
Because I am aware that for me to conceive is unlikely. Because of my condition, I have lupus, and coupled with kidney failure, it makes conception even more difficult.
At that time, I was really, really young, and I just started poly, and it was my 2nd year already. So, of course, there's a period where you keep thinking, why me, why me? I didn't do anything, I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't whatever, but why is it that I got this? I had to stop school, I had to... Literally everything is gone now, my whole life is disrupted. And then my mom has always been my pillar of strength.
I had a choice. I could let lupus get me down, or I could choose to not let lupus take anything away from me. And that is what I have chosen.
This is my miracle baby. He's such a blessing.
When I was just a boy still out alive, I like to drink the
Of course, my greatest wish is be healthy, don't go through the kind of life that I've been through. It's good enough for me.
the stars while in my bed, to keep the thoughts of monsters from my head.
Now I see lupus as something like an early warning. Early warning to perhaps have a different outlook about life.
I want to be able to watch my son grow up. I want to become a grandmother.
I believe you'd never lie. I believed if I could climb the trees behind the house, I'd touch the sky.
But after I've gone through this whole thing, you realize that a lot of things, certain things are not really important.
Life is short. There is no point dwelling on things that we cannot change or cannot control.
At the end of the day, I was a much better person because I didn't want to let the disorder take that active lifestyle away from me.